This AZ400 topic, design and implement a source control strategy, carries 10 to 15% of your exam score. In real world DevOps, a solid Git and Azure DevOps strategy prevents production issues and failed releases. Let's master this domain with exam level scenarios. A team is currently building and deploying an application using Azure services, which includes the DevOps service. The development team needs to have an efficient way to communicate with each other. The tool should have the following capabilities: provide the ability to have different communication channels for each team, have the ability to integrate with Azure DevOps, be able on a variety of platforms such as Windows 10, Mac OS, iOS, and Android. Which of the following would you use for this purpose? The options are A, Microsoft Project, B, Slack, C, Jenkins, D, Bamboo. This scenario asks which tool enables team communication with Azure DevOps integration while supporting multiple channels and cross-platform access. The DevOps team wants real-time collaboration tied to their pipelines, builds, and work items, not just generic chat. Correct answer, B, Slack. Why B is correct? Slack provides dedicated channels for different teams' projects, native Azure DevOps integration via service hooks, and apps for pipeline notifications, work item updates, and approvals, and full cross-platform support: Windows, Mac, iOS, Android. The Azure Pipelines app for Slack delivers real-time alerts for builds, releases, and YAML pipeline events directly into channels, keeping the team aligned without leaving their communication tool. This creates efficient DevOps workflows where communication and pipeline monitoring happen in one place, improving response times and collaboration. Why the other options are wrong? Option A, Microsoft Project, is project management scheduling software with no real-time chat channels or Azure DevOps integration. Option C, Jenkins, is a CI/CD server for building pipelines, not a communication tool. Option D, Bamboo, is Atlassian's CI/CD tool, unrelated to team communication or Azure DevOps integration. Quick memory tip: Slack equals Azure's chat buddy. Channels plus notifications equals perfect DevOps comms. Exam rule: communication tools must have native Azure DevOps hooks for AZ400 scenarios. A team is currently using a project in Azure DevOps. The team needs to have a policy in place that ensures the following. A user should be able to merge to a master branch even if the code fails to compile. The solution must use the principle of least privilege. Which of the following would you implement? The options are A, ensure that the user is added to the build administrators group. B, ensure that the user is added to the project administrators group. C, ensure to modify the access control for the user from the security setting of the repository. D, ensure to modify the access control for the user from the security setting of the branch. This scenario tests branch security and governance in Azure DevOps, specifically how to grant targeted permissions while following least privilege. The team wants build validation on merges, but needs an exception for specific users without giving broad admin rights. Correct answer, D. Ensure to modify the access control for the user from the security setting of the branch. Why D is correct? Branch security settings in Azure Repos allow you to grant specific permissions like bypass policies when completing pull requests, or override other users' permissions directly at the branch level, master branch, for individual users. This follows least privilege by giving the user only the exact permission needed for that branch without broader project or build admin access. The user can then merge to master, even if builds fail, while all other team members remain subject to the build validation policy. Why the other options are wrong? Option A, build administrators, grants organization-wide build permissions across all projects, violating least privilege. Option B, project administrators, gives full project control, including repos, builds, and releases, far more than needed. Option C, repository security, applies to the entire repo, not specific branches, so it can't target just master branch permissions. Quick memory tip: branch, repo, project. Most granular permissions always win for least privilege. Exam rule: branch policies security first for targeted merge control scenarios. If this video is helping you, support us by hitting the like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Your team is setting up a DevOps environment on Azure. As part of the setup, several development environments are going to be spun up in Azure. Several Azure Resource Manager templates are going to be used to create the various development environments. You have to monitor all of the control plane events. You decide to use Azure Storage Analytics for monitoring all of the control plane activities. Would this fulfill the requirement? The options are yes, B, no. This tests Azure monitoring knowledge for DevOps deployments, specifically which service tracks ARM template deployments and resource provisioning across subscriptions. The team needs visibility into control plane operations, resource creation modification from IAC deployments, not storage-specific metrics. Correct answer, B. Why B is correct. Azure Storage Analytics monitors storage account operations, blob, queue, table metrics, and logs, not control plane events like ARM template deployments or resource provisioning across Azure. Control plane events, resource create, update, delete, are captured by Azure Activity Log, which provides subscription-wide audit trails for all management operations, including IAC deployments. Storage Analytics fulfills storage-specific monitoring, but completely misses the broader DevOps requirement for deployment visibility. Why the other option is wrong? Option A, yes, is incorrect because Storage Analytics is storage scoped only, not a general control plane monitoring solution. Quick memory tip, activity log equals control plane, storage analytics equals data plane. Exam rule, ARM deployments, activity log, never storage tools. You have to deploy a set of Azure virtual machines, which will sit behind an Azure load balancer. The virtual machines will have a website hosted on them. Users will be accessing the website via the URL htt/techcloudsolution.in/. You have to implement probes based on HTTPS. You have to ensure costs are minimized in the implementation process. Which of the following would you choose as the underlying SKU type for the load balancer? The options are A, basic, B, standard C, premium D, isolated. This scenario tests load balancer SKU selection for HTTPS health probes while minimizing costs in a web application deployment. The team needs production-grade HTTPS monitoring without paying for premium features they don't require. Correct answer B, standard. Why B is correct? Standard load balancer supports HTTPS health probes, unlike retired basic SKU, which only supports TCP/HTTP, provides the necessary features for production web traffic distribution to VMs behind a public IP, and is significantly more cost-effective than gateway or premium SKUs. It offers zone redundancy, diagnostics, and SLA while meeting the HTTPS probe requirement without over-provisioning. For a cost-minimized web application with HTTPS health checks, standard is the optimal choice, balancing features, reliability, and pricing. Why the other options are wrong. Option A, basic, lacks HTTPS health probe support, only TCP/HTTP, and was retired September 2025. Option C, premium, doesn't exist as a load balancer SKU. Gateway SKU is for NVAs, much more expensive. Option D, isolated, refers to private link, not a load balancer SKU type. Quick memory tip, HTTPS probes equals standard SKU minimum. Basic can't, gateway costs too much. Exam rule, web HTTPS health equals standard load balancer. Your team currently makes use of Azure pipelines. You have to configure Azure pipelines to pick up code from various GitHub repositories. You have to create a continuous integration trigger that would cause the pipeline to run based on the following event. Whenever a change is pushed to any of the master or release branches, ensure that the pipeline does not run when a change is made to a specific archive release branch. You have to complete the below YAML configuration for this requirement trigger. Branches, slot 1, master, release. Slot 2, releases old. Which of the following would go into slot 1? The options are A, GitHub, B, pipeline, C, include, D, exclude. This tests Azure Pipeline's YAML trigger syntax for GitHub repos, specifically how to configure branch filters for CI triggers. The team wants master plus all release branches to trigger builds, but exclude archived release branches. Correct answer, C, include. Why C is correct? Azure Pipeline's YAML uses include and exclude under branches to define CI triggers. Include master releases tells the pipeline to run on master branch and any release branch pattern. The corresponding exclude, releases old, skips archived branches while keeping other releases active. This creates precise CI control, builds trigger on active development branches, but ignore maintenance archive branches, optimizing pipeline runs and costs. Why the other options are wrong. Option A, GitHub, is not valid YAML trigger syntax. It's a connection type, not branch filter. Option B, pipeline, refers to pipeline configuration, not branch trigger keywords. Option D, exclude, goes in slot 2 to skip old branches, not slot 1 for active branches. Quick memory tip, include equals run, exclude equals skip. First lists what triggers. YAML rule, branches, include, exclude always pairs together. To get the free PDF or mock test, comment PDF or mock or both. I will share the downloadable link within next 24 hours.